Live from Camp Briteside in Georgetown, Texas, this is the Eagle Nation Coaches Show with head coach Chuck Griffin. Camp Briteside, located at 8701 Rural Route 2338 or Williams Drive in Georgetown, Texas, is the host of this year's show. And now, here's the voice of your Georgetown Eagles, Wally Harmon.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Camp Briteside, host of your Eagle Nation Coaches Show live here tonight, and it's a little bit cooler. What a wonderful day it has been in the 70s all day. Currently shows about 70. Of course, the night we need a weather update, Doppler Day back at the fire station, playing second responder tonight. And so we come in and discuss another win for this Georgetown Eagle team. Kelly, you and Holden and Dave and Jory on the call on Thursday night over at Gupton Stadium, but a big win for this Eagle team. They go to 2-1 in district and 6-1 overall, 6-1 overall. And they go to 6-1. Yeah, 6-1. I'll get it right. I watched the game, but I wasn't there.
Yeah.
But a big win on the road over the Roush Raiders, 42-14, I believe it was.
Yep.
But a good win, maybe one of the more complete games this Eagle team has had to play and played and stepped up and did a great job. Even down to the end, you're trying to run the ball out. I love the last touchdown of the game. Elijah Callaghan just kind of running the ball, let the clock get out. Let's get out of there with the win, and he breaks one to the house. And so a big win, setting up a big week with Eastview coming to town over to Birkelbach Field. Georgetown, the home team on Friday night, should be a big one. But what a win over a Roush Raider team. We saw something different in that quarterback for the Roush Raiders.
We did, and Coach and I had talked about it in the pregame interview. We talked about it last week at the coaches show that their quarterback, London, now I forgot his last name, very good at buying some time with his feet, but he never had anywhere to go with the football, seemed like, because he bought a lot of time, but that was just time to get put on the ground by that defense. Just a smothering defense on Friday. And it was very, very impressive. And as impressive as the offense was, the defense was just dominating. And it was fun to watch and a good time. And I will say, we missed you. Probably everybody that watched the stream missed you. And I do want to apologize to the fans for getting a couple names wrong. But in the heat of the moment, it is what it is. But
I was kind of excited while I was in Las Vegas watching the game on my iPad. I had not heard of Lindstetter making a tackle all year. He did a good job on the defensive side. Maddox Borden doing some kick returns. It was exciting there in Vegas.
Right.
I should have thrown down some money before I came back on this week's game, but I do not bet on high school sports. But it was fun to listen to. But more than anything, it was fun to sit and watch this team. And when you have to miss a game, the ability to watch it was fun to see a game from the other side instead of in the booth calling it, to be a fan and watch it. And, man, this Eagle football team was fun to watch as I've gone back over it now almost 3 complete times watching this game. You just saw some good things. The running game, again, tough to stop for Georgetown. It opens up a lot of things for McDougal in the passing game. And this receiving core continues to do good work on the outside for McDougal. The one-play strike after the punt, it's plays like that this offense just continues to click, even with as few plays as they got to run. And so you love to see that kind of output by an offense.
It's just so impressive to watch this team and everybody taking care of their jobs, the big lines on both sides of the football, just controlling the point of attack. And I'm just continually impressed as this season goes with how disciplined this team is in their assignments. Lots of hats to the football on the defensive side. On the offensive side, big lineman moving people out of the way. Caleb McDougal running this offense like he's a senior. The wideouts just running beautiful routes, and the running game. The running game's insane.
And now a new look as you have Darius Rockmore now. Was pulled up. He had a couple of good runs there on Thursday night as well. And so you just continue to cement this running game and what it does. And then there's the weapons outside. You just can't name them all if you keep thinking about it in the way that they can use their speed to the advantage. But then this defense. You talk about the speed. You talk about the coverage and the defense side of the ball. The game that they're playing right now is just fun to watch, and what they're doing under Coach Laux in his first season with Georgetown, which leads you to an interesting point in the season tonight, Friday night. There at Burkleback Field, it's the home field for both teams, Georgetown and Eastview. Georgetown's the home team on Friday night, and but Georgetown Eastview has to come in with a chip on their shoulder. They've got to win a game. They sit at 1-2 in district, and so they are in a position where they've got to win. And Georgetown in a position that to continue their push towards a playoff spot, they've got to win this game and keep themselves in that fight when you have Cedar Park and Leander sitting undefeated through 3 games in the district. And so Georgetown has their job in front of them, but knowing that the team from the other side of town, the Georgetown ISD crosstown rival, is coming to town, and they want to make this upset happen. Yeah,
they really do, and this is a much different Eastview team than what we saw last year. The coaches are doing a tremendous job, and they've got some athletes over there. So this is going to be a challenge, one of the better challenges of the season. And I think it's going to be a fun football game. The rivalry is fun about it, but for the team, it's another game. And that's how they have to handle it. So we'll leave the rival stuff to the fans.
You're going to see some athletes on Ty Blair. He has been at the helm for Eastview over the past few years. And then you got Keyston Rainey, the athlete, who will start to run in the backfield as a running back, but is also a weapon on the outside. Tanner Dampkin, the main receiver that Blair will throw to. Also the tight end, Luke Martin. But then on the defensive side, some athletes there on the defensive side for the Patriots as well. So it'll be interesting to see what wrinkles do they bring out? What do they bring out defensively and offensively that hasn't been seen on tape through the season? And what does Georgetown counter with? What do they bring out that hasn't been seen as this defense continues to roll out new things in each week and give them new looks? And we'll see what that brings about as well. Coach Griffin will be up with us here in just a second. But Kelly, before we send it to our break, I'm going to turn it to you to kind of break the news and to talk about a tough subject.
Yeah, I know we got a lot of folks out here, and we appreciate everybody coming. And I know you're eating right now, but if you could join me. We learned a little earlier today that a member of the Georgetown football family has succumbed to his injuries. Jason Pennington passed away today, and tough loss. Anytime you lose anybody, it's tough, but a young man like that, just a difficult blow. And he was involved in a motor vehicle crash a couple of weeks ago and was never able to recover from the very serious injuries and lost his life today. So our thoughts and prayers are with the Pennington family. We hope and pray only the best for them as they go through this very difficult time. And as the Georgetown Eagle football family, we hope and pray that they will lean on all of us for some comfort during this time. So we will ask everybody in attendance, and if you're watching online, let's observe a moment of silence in memory of Jason Pennington. Thank you all for that. We will be back to the Coaches Show here in just a couple of minutes with head coach Chuck Griffin. Stay with us for the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. Back after this message.
Georgetown, there's a new dining and entertainment spot in town, Camp Briteside. Come and enjoy unbelievable food and drink menu in our rustic dining room or on the huge covered patio. Camp Briteside is not just great food and drink, but unmatched atmosphere that includes outdoor games, a wiffle ball field, and an outdoor stage. Camp Briteside is located at 8701 Rural Route 2338, also known as Williams Drive, near Ronald Reagan Boulevard. Camp Briteside is the site of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show every Wednesday at 6 p.m. For food, fun like none other in Georgetown, visit Camp Briteside and stay a while.
Back live here at Camp Briteside, the Eagle Nation Coaches Show, joined now by head coach Chuck Griffin. And, Coach, I think we come back talking about and how it ended. We went to break. Just a tough time for your program.
Yeah.
Our thoughts and prayers go to the Pennington family in this tough time. And so I think it's a perfect opportunity for this Eagle Nation to continue to rally around the Pennington family like they did in the last couple of weeks after the accident. And so our thoughts go to that. How do you focus this program and keep that focus there, knowing it's going to be on the hearts and minds of some of your players?
You know, it's a difficult process, and obviously it's going to be harder for some others. You know, Jason was a sophomore and our JV Blue Team center, and so those kids on that team and those kids he's grown up with all the way through, man, it's going to be pretty tough on those guys. And you know, I talked with them a couple of weeks ago when after this happened and we were getting ready for a game, and I said, man, you got to think Jason's your teammate. He loves you, cares for you. You know, how would he expect you to play in this game? Like, what kind of effort would he expect you to give? How would he expect you to practice? How would he expect you to live your life? And like, that's the way you do it, because you honor him when you do that. You honor his memory and who he is. And you know, and I think that's the way that we have to approach it. And it's tough on some of our kids that have never experienced, you know, some of them probably have never known anybody that's died before. And, you know, anytime you get our age and it's hit you and it's hit you close, and it's a little bit different deal. But, you know, for those young men that have never experienced that, it's pretty tough. And so we'll have counselors out in the building tomorrow after our workout where they can spend some time with them if they need to. And man, that's one thing that's unique about our program man, we coach from a relational aspect. You know, it's not transactional. That's who we are, and that's the way we're going to coach it. And so it makes it tough from a coach standpoint, but also it allows us to step in and support and help those young men as they go through this. And man, I look at it from a parent perspective, and it, you know, it just devastates you when you think about it from a parent perspective. And we're just thinking about them, thinking about Jameson and Brandy and the family. And I just actually saw them yesterday. And so, man, we're just going to continue to pray for them and lift them up and as they go through this and walk through this time.
Coach, you talked about the Eagle Nation and the family that it is. If folks would like to help the Pennington family, there's still a link on the Facebook page, Georgetown Eagle Football Booster Club Facebook page. There's a link that folks can go there and help the Pennington family financial if you're so inclined. But if it is a part of your life, we do ask everybody to offer up a prayer and continue to remember the Pennington family.
Yep, for sure.
As we turn and talk about football, to try to and honor the memory of Jason,
absolutely.
A young man that loved the sport and played it well and represented Georgetown very well.
For sure.
And his legacy will continue to be carried on by that. You turn to a week like this with Eastview. I think the first question that we have to ask you: do the freshmen at JV still play tomorrow, or is it a situation?
They'll play tomorrow. And you know, I think for our kids here, and I think the way that Jason wanted, I think the way that Jameson and Brandy wanted is, you know, they want things to be as normal as possible. You know, so those kids will play tomorrow, and we'll deal with those kind of some guys will deal more on a one-on-one situation, but we'll play tomorrow. You know, one of the things I almost put this, I didn't know how to put this in words today on the post on Sports U, but you know, one of the last things just a few weeks ago, I walk in the weight room with our JV team lifting, and I just kind of catch Jason's eyes. Jason was a lifter. He liked it, and he's flexing in the mirror and looking at himself flexing, and I look at him and you know, we both kind of laugh because I caught him flexing in the mirror, you know, during the workout. And so, you know, I think the best things our kids can do in this is find somebody to talk to, whether that's our counselor, whether that's a coach, whether that's a parent. You know, make sure that we're doing that and walking through this with them. But also, and you got to go live your life and honor somebody and just the way that he'd want you to live it.
Coach, I do want to say this, and Wally and I are both very much in tune with this, and I preach this message all over the nation when I travel and teach law enforcement officers. For all those who are grieving this loss or any loss, don't go alone. You have help out there. There are a lot of resources out there, big Eagle Nation family out there. So if you're struggling with this issue or with other grief or other issues, the mental health issue is a huge issue, and there's help out there. So if you're struggling with this, don't go alone. Get some help, and we can all get through this together.
And that's one thing I think Georgetown presents to their students is one of the best support systems in the nation, especially in the state of Texas, with the leadership we have under Principal Johnson and in the athletic department under Coach Griffin and Coach Dean is that support's there. And so it'll be fun to watch these kids as they live out the opportunity to honor Jason in the coming weeks and the coming years as they live his memory on for the Pennington family and for this football program. Last week, big win on the road. I got to sit back and watch it from the other side of the screen.
Yeah.
A 42-14 win, a very complete game out of this team. Offense, defense, special teams. A lot of good things came out of this game, but more than anything, a big victory on the road in district play.
Yeah.
Talk about that Rouse game.
We talked all week about being able to win on the road, and that's one of the things, if you're going to be a playoff team, you're going to have to figure out how to go win on the road. And so we wanted to make sure that we could do that. We wanted to make sure we knew Rouse. Rouse was a target game. We've been watching them all year. We knew they were going to be a tough opponent. Their quarterback does such a great job. London does a tremendous job, and so we knew we had our work cut out for us. And the 42-14 is not indicative of the way the game went. I mean, it's much closer than that. Even in the fourth quarter, it's much closer than that. You're right. It was the most complete game. Our all phases, whether it be offense, defense, or special teams, was kind of on point all night and executed really well. I was excited to see our kids go out there and win a big district ball game on the road and play well.
How key is it right now that this offense is playing complementary football? The passing game is opening up things for the running game. The running game continues to dominate and open up things for the passing game. How important is that as this season continues on, that the balance is there offensively?
Yeah, that's the way it's going to go. And the thing about offense is it's going to ebb and flow throughout the year. There's going to be some games where we throw the ball around a lot more, and there's going to be some games where we run the ball a lot more. That's the way it goes. We're going to attack what they're giving us. And with guys on the outside like Xavier and Said that take attention, and we got a plethora of inside receivers that are playing and all those guys. It opens up the box and we're able to run the football. Our offensive line is doing a tremendous job. We gave up no sacks the other night. We had 300-plus yards rushing on the night, so our offensive line is doing a tremendous job. And so that all kind of goes together. And, the biggest thing is we didn't get the ball a whole lot the other night. I think we ran 42 plays, 44 plays. And, there's some years where we were averaging 74 plays a game, So it was a little bit different ball game. But, we handled ourselves really well offensively. And defense did, man. That was a tough task. And I think we sacked him we sacked London 5 times and had I think we had 8 quarterback pressures on the night. And, man, that's an uncomfortable time for a quarterback.
You and I had talked about it earlier, yesterday actually, for the pregame show interview. But the defense Friday night, we knew London was going to be able to use his feet to buy some time. Not really wanted to tuck it and run. Could when he has to, but he used those feet to buy some time, and he did that a lot trying to buy more time. He just never got the time and the open receivers, and that was what I was talking about a little bit earlier. Everybody taking care of their responsibilities. Yeah. This defense was attacking Rouse Friday night.
Yeah, absolutely. Our front seven did a great job. Our back four did a great job of keeping them covered up, so that you couldn't find anybody open. And our front guys did a great job of not letting him set his feet, not letting him get comfortable enough to find somebody down the field. So, really, overall, great game.
Coach, I started watching Georgetown high school football Mason Crosby's senior year. I watched him kick when he was a 17-year-old kid kicking that ball. Through those years, this is one of the more talented Georgetown teams I've seen.
Yeah.
And it shows on the field because a lot of teams, they'll have a really good running back or a really good quarterback or really good receivers or a really good linebacker. The talent is spread across this field. How has the development through the Georgetown program helped bring that to be?
I think it's just the way that we operate around here. We We've got two excellent middle school coordinators, Paul Gamage and James Hammock. They do a tremendous job coaching our middle school guys, learning from us. They both help us in the box on Friday night. They're in the box with us and working with us and helping us out. So they know our offense and defense inside out, so they're teaching that in those guys when they're 12 years old. And so they're able to learn that. They come to the 9th grade, and, man, we take great pride in our 5 football teams and winning at that level and teaching them how to do that. And that's one of the things I think that's huge for guys to be able to play, whether it's the freshman white team or the JV blue team, and just to continue to play.
Right.
Every year we have a starter on the varsity football team that was a freshman, white team kid, and then a JV blue team kid, and a JV silver team kid, and then as a senior, they're starting on the varsity football team, and they're a major contributor. So, man, that and what enables that is they play 30 football games.
Yeah.
And they've won the vast majority of those 30 football games. So that speaks volumes just about our staff and what those guys are doing and getting them prepared. So when they get to the varsity level, they're able to go play. And right now we're blessed with some talent. I mean, we got some players that can go play, and that kind of ebbs and flows too. Just we don't control that. We don't get to go recruit. So it's great to have that talent right now and be successful with it.
A lot of coaches at all levels talk about culture, and sometimes it just seems to be a play on words, but it is not. And the culture of this Georgetown Eagle football team really affects their performance.
Yeah, it's got to be action. Culture is about what you do, not what you say.
Right.
And, our kids just learn how to work hard. They got a blue-collar mentality. And, we're not a blue-collar community at all, but they're blue-collar kids. And they know how to work hard. And one of the things about our community is our parents do a great job of holding them to a high standard. They have high expectations of their kids. And so that turns well because they want to get there and they want to do well. So they're going to work hard and they're going to be there and they're going to show up and they're going to be in the weight room. They're going to do all those kind of things to make sure that they have a chance to be successful.
Well, tip of the hat to you and to this coaching staff, because you guys are not only teaching these young men about football, you're teaching them about life.
Yeah.
And yeah, it has become even more obvious today with the tragic circumstances. Football's football.
Yeah. But
the lessons that you learn with that kind of culture carry on beyond the high school football field.
Yeah, for sure. Life is not all about football, but football is all about life. And, there's all kind of lessons that you can learn playing football and being a member of a team and learning how to be humble and learning how to work hard and learn how to work with other people and learn how to love and support each other. So, those are some things that are important to us.
Speaking of working hard, the first quarterback we see last week, you talked about the style that London was going to be, using his speed to create more time.
Yeah.
Roll that to Eastview now.
Yeah.
You go to a quarterback like Ty Blair that will use his feet to run the ball as well.
Yeah, completely
the leading
different.
Rusher. How do you prepare for that?
It changes up the entire picture because Ty has 1,600 yards passing and he's got 800 yards rushing on the year. And, that's good. And so, it's a completely different challenge because – last week we knew we wasn't going to cross the line of scrimmage, so we could just continue to apply pressure with 5 guys and put everybody else in coverage. And this week, you got to be in coverage, but you also got to cover the quarterback, and we've got to do that. So there's some things that we definitely got to change up a little bit this week. And he's dangerous. He's gonna have some successful plays because he's a good football player. So we got to not lose our cool. Continue to execute the plan and continue to do what we're supposed to do. And we talk about this all the time, have a 1-0 mentality. One of the things that's really impressive about this ECU football team is at 3 turnovers against Cedar Park and they're down by 14, and they come back and they go for 2 to take it to overtime. The week before, they were down by 17 to Lake Belton and came back and did take it to overtime. And we talk about playing one play at a time, and I actually use those numbers. Like, I don't care if you're 17 points up or you're 17 points down, play hard. Like, no matter what, you play hard. And so that'll be really important for us this week to make sure that we can do that.
They fell behind to Glenn in their homecoming game. First district game of the season, came back and won that one. And so the final whistle is going to be the important thing to play to as when that fourth quarter ends to battle all the way through that. Yeah. Seeing the Eastview game, it's an up-tempo. They like to throw the ball. bears well for this offense. You expect to see more plays. You expect to have the ball as comparable amount of times. Does that change the focus of this offense this week for Georgetown?
Offensively, our focus doesn't change much. It's execute and score. Like that doesn't really change. We'll have to be careful about little things just because, Mike Wall over there he's been a large part of this offense and the development of it. And it's taken many one-degree turns, in the 10 years he's been gone. And Coach Bond is over there and just been gone a few years. So there'll be a few wrinkles that we do that are different going into this game. But overall, none of that really matters. Like, right, do your job. Execute, do your job, do what you're supposed to do it well. And that's kind of the mindset that we got to have this week.
Yeah, we've talked about it before. There are some complex offenses out there. Georgetown's offense is kind of complex, but this game still boils down to the very basics.
Yeah.
Hang on to the football, tackle, take care of your assignment.
Yeah, for sure. Those things don't change. We got a pretty complex offense in what we do, but really none of those things change. You got to be able to block, you got to be able to tackle, you got to be able to run, you got to be able to catch, you got to be able to throw, you got to be able to take care of the ball. Like those things don't change. It doesn't matter what kind of offense you're running. Those things don't change.
A big one on the road over Rouse. How do you get the guys focused back in? How has practice been this week, knowing a big game coming up Friday night at home?
Yeah, it's been a good week of practice, and that's huge. Okay, watch that and great job, let's move on. And that's kind of been the mantra this week is, okay, great job, move on. That's the way we've got to attack every game, every play, every rep is win this rep, win this play, win this day. It's got to be that kind of mindset.
You talked a little bit earlier about it, keeping your composure. This is, whether we like it or not, it's a rivalry ball game.
Yeah.
These kids all know each other. They've grown up together. And Friday night, that's going to make it a little bit different. How do you keep them focused on this is another ball game?
Yeah, that's been a key point we've talked about all week is let everybody else let the fans, let Eastview if they want to, let whoever get involved and all that, and just treat it as a nameless, faceless opponent. Like, it doesn't matter who we're playing, we got to go win the football game, right? So it really doesn't matter unless we're talking about scheme, unless we're talking about individual football players. It doesn't matter who we're playing. You just got to approach it from that mindset and, just go win. Take care of your job.
Yeah, now at this point in the season, it's your rival, but this game is important because now's the time in the season where the district standings really start to shake out and you start to separate the pretenders from the contenders.
Yeah. This game's important because it's the next game.
Right.
That's why this game is important.
7 o'clock Friday night, Merkel backfield, Georgetown. Eastview will do battle. Be there, be loud, wear blue, all that good stuff. But Georgetown.
Wear black.
Blackout.
Blackout. Sorry. Yeah. I knew it was wear something. Last week it was pink on the road. I missed it all. Wear black this week. We will be on the home side. The Georgetown fan base, they are the home team as designated by UIL, not back-to-back years by Georgetown's pick over Eastview. So Georgetown will be the home team on the home side on Friday night. So come out there and be loud. There, we'll talk about it with Jimmy Warren here at the end about the tailgate. Come out, and it's a big weekend. It's a big Friday night. A lot of fans will be in the stands for both schools. So come out and join us live at Merkel Backfield, 7 o'clock kickoff for this ball game when your Georgetown Eagles take on the Eastview Patriots. If you can't be there live, join us live on the SHN Sports YouTube channel at 6:15 for the pregame and at 7 o'clock kick. We'll have it live here on Friday night on the SHN Network. We'll take a quick time out. Alex Wilson, one of your senior defensive players, will join us next live here on the Eagle Nation Coaches Show from Camp Briteside. We'll be right back.
Georgetown, there's a new dining and entertainment spot in town, Camp Briteside. Come and enjoy unbelievable food and drink menu in our rustic dining room or on the huge covered patio. Camp Briteside is not just great food and drink, but unmatched atmosphere that includes outdoor games, a wiffle ball field, and an outdoor stage. Camp Briteside is located at 8701 Rural Route 2338, also known as Williams Drive, near Ronald Reagan Boulevard. Camp Briteside is the site of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show every Wednesday at 6 p.m. For food, fun like none other in Georgetown, visit Camp Briteside and stay a while.
Back live here at Camp Briteside at the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. Throwing your curveball. It's not Alex Wilson. Just seeing if you're paying attention. It's number 7. Xavier Warren joins us live here now at Camp Briteside. And Xavier, thanks for joining us tonight, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Good to see you. I see you at least dressed partially warm like I did. Still got the shorts on. But a junior season underway for you. Third catch of the year. First catch of the year. Third play of the year. Talk about it all the way back to game 1. How much fun do you have when that ball is in your hands and you've got to create something, make people miss, and take it all the way to the house? Your first catch of the year was a big one. Talk about that and how much fun you have being put in that position and using your abilities and that speed of yours to take it down for that touchdown.
Well, all I know is that I got to score for my team, and I'm going to do everything in my power to do anything I got to do for my team. So it's just all adrenaline.
You guys get out there in this receiving core. You and Davin Sedgwick on the outside, a lot of speed, a tough matchup for a lot of teams. And how much fun do you guys look forward to the opportunities given when that number gets called, when the pass is going to come your way? Do you challenge yourselves? Do you guys push each other to be better? How does this receiving core support each other as you guys are going this year with a lot of different options out there for this offense?
We just come with a mindset that nobody can really hold us, nobody can guard us. We're going to come out, we're going to dominate you every time. We're going to score every time we touch the ball. Every opportunity we get, we're going to make a play out of it.
Last year, you were in that role of coming in at different plays, kind of the backup receiver, but it always seemed like the big ball that got hung up, you went and got and made the big catch. This year, it's almost every down on the offensive side of the ball. We see 7 on the field. How much fun are you having being an every down receiver, that one of those go-to targets for McDougal in this offense?
Feels so much better that I'm touching the field a lot more. Every time we need a play, they'll come to me, or go to Davin. Both of us will execute.
I've noticed you're not getting a lot of kickoff return attempts. It's like a lot of teams won't give you a chance to field that one. How frustrating is that, knowing you get a chance at open field to try to break something?
Holy. I'm wishing for somebody to kick me the ball. It comes to the point coaches even try to put me on the other side of the field, and they still won't kick me the ball.
We talk about it every game, wondering how often they might give you a chance, and I don't think there's been more than maybe 1 this year.
I got like 2.
2 so far, not many in the 6 games. Now in your junior year, you've got another year to come. How much are you soaking in this experience as that every down receiver, knowing that next year you're going to be one of the main leaders on this team, one of those captains, one of those guys that the young guys look up to? How much are you soaking in this year as a junior, knowing you have Davin out there with you, a senior out there, Max Muniz, you have a lot of these seniors out there guiding this team, being the leaders of this team. How much are you soaking that up and enjoying it and looking forward to that next year for yourself?
I already feel like I'm one of the good people on this team, like really good hype man. If anybody needs somebody to talk to, I'm always here. I'm always here hyping up the team, dapping everybody up, getting everybody ready for the team, for the game. My bad. But yeah.
How excited are you guys for this week? The mentality is 1-0. Your job every Friday night is to go win a football game. How ready are you guys for this week, especially at home at Birkelbeck?
Oh, we're pumped, excited. We're ready. We've been waiting for this game for a while now, and we're all gonna do my 3 Fs I go by: free, fast, and freaky. Make a play, go crazy.
Love seeing 7 get into the end zone. How much fun do you have every time when you get to break that end zone, score a touchdown? You guys seem to just have a blast amongst the receiving corps. What's the challenge? Do you guys challenge each other to see who's going to have the most touchdowns, or is it no matter what, this receiving corps is going to dominate and you guys don't care who gets the ball?
No matter what, this receiving corps is always going to dominate. All we're looking for is just to win. We're not looking for anything else. Nobody can hold us. Like I said, every time we touch the ball, every time we get that opportunity, we're just going to score.
Foot race on the field. Who's the fastest on this team?
Me.
Is it even close?
No.
Not even Davin?
No.
No, nobody's close.
I bet 28 right now.
We will not have a race. We do not bet on high school sports. Remember that when you hear it on YouTube Live. If we don't see you working out, going to camps, being recruited, playing football, where do we find you recharging, trying to just refresh and relax? What do you do for fun?
You'll see me at home playing Lego games.
There you go. All right. That's something different. I like that. Just to relax at home and enjoy some time to yourself.
Yes, sir.
Wonderful. In school this year, your junior season, outside of lunch, recess, and nap time, what's your favorite class you're taking this year?
None, but if I would like to say a class, I would probably say my history.
History class?
I like my history class.
Who's the teacher?
Miss Fisher.
Miss Fisher. Usually the baseball team, their favorite class is whatever the coach is teaching, whatever one of the coaches. So that's good, Miss Fisher. Giving a shout-out to the teaching staff. All the pressure. Do you feel it being recruited as a junior? We can see it on Twitter. We follow you on Twitter. And all the hype and the attention you've gotten, especially with the speed that you have out there, the track life and the ability for in your dual sports, running track and then on the football field. Is that a pressure applied, or are you able to separate that and then just enjoy it and soak it all in?
No, there's no pressure at all. I don't really pay attention to all that. Every time coaches hit me up, I just wait for the end of the season and just, yeah.
Let it go and wear number 7.
Let it go.
Any shout-outs before I let you go?
I would like to shout out my quarterback, my receivers coach, and Alex Wilson. He will be ready to do this.
Xavier Warren, number 7 on your Georgetown Eagles, joins us live here on the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. We'll take a quick time out. Back with Alex Wilson here at Camp Briteside. Stay with us.
For all the fly fishing, hunting, and outdoors enthusiasts, River and Ranch Provisions is your one-stop shop for the gear you need. There's a large selection of hunting and fly fishing supplies for the beginner, all the way up to the experienced outdoor folks. Cody, Brad, Sam, and Tim have put together a high-end outdoor outfitter with high-quality supplies and services to make everyone feel welcome and important, regardless of your experience level. Come see what there is to offer at 807 South Austin Avenue in Georgetown, or check out the website at www.rrpgtx.com.
And we're back here live, Camp Briteside, joined now by number 25, a senior, Alex Wilson, the defensive back player of the week on the chart that comes out from Coach. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Yes,
Xavier Warren jumped in and took the first go, and so now we have Alex with not only safety, but am I correct, the deep snapper?
Yes, sir. I started off with the long snapper and then kind of got tired of having to run down the field, so now I just do bomb squad snapping. That's
All right.
about it.
How much fun do you have in your senior year? A big game against Rouse, defensive back player of the game. How much fun was that win on Rouse, and how much fun is your senior year right now?
Yes, sir. It's been a blast just past 4 years just playing Georgetown, and I don't know if Griffin said it earlier, but it was his first win at Gupton, so it really means a lot to help him get that, and just real fun as a team and everything.
As you wear the Georgetown jersey in your senior year, you talked about the last 4 years have been fun. How much are you soaking in this senior year of football, knowing it's the last year to wear the Georgetown uniform?
Yes, sir. I'm trying to soak it all in. Don't want to regret, not enjoying the moments because I've known, last year I was I still have another year, and it's already flying by, and it's just been time of my life, really.
This year flying by for you already?
Yes, sir.
As you guys look forward to a game like this on Friday night, how do you guys set the win back? A big win on Thursday night at Gupton against Rouse. How do y'all set that back and then focus for the next week, knowing the mentality that the coaches love to give is that 1-0 mentality? How do you guys, and how has it gone this week for y'all to set that win aside quickly and prepare for this week?
I think it's pretty easy. Just our coaches have instilled it in us that you win, you celebrate the win that night, and you got to get over it. You got to get back to the grind and get ready for the next week. Just take it day by day.
After the tough district loss, what kind of mentality did this senior class take to right that wrong and to get the focus back in for this team?
I mean, we really just realized we had to take leadership and make sure everybody was staying accountable, knowing that we aren't the biggest, baddest dogs out there, and that there are teams that can beat us if we're not focused on everything that's happening.
Seems like that's locked in pretty well since that time. A big win against Chaparral, convincingly 65-7. Then a big road win against Rouse. Now to keep that momentum going, how do you guys stay focused knowing that it is that crosstown rivalry, that Eastview Georgetown matchup? How do you guys stay focused Friday night to not let that happen again?
I mean, for us, it's just another football game, just another team, and we all have state championships in mind, so we just got to do what we have to do along the way to get there.
Your senior year, a challenge with the new defensive coordinator. Coach Nicky left, and I know it's been 6 weeks now. We're used to Coach Laux. How has that been for you as a senior, but yet how much fun is this defense having under Coach Laux?
It's not much different, so it's pretty easy to adapt to it. Nicky had a real simple defense. Laux is a little bit harder and more complex, but it's pretty easy to adapt to everybody. We just ask questions when we got him, and he answers them pretty well.
Different mentality from Coach Nicky and the way he is in his he seems so hyped all the time.
Yeah.
And Coach Laux seems to be a more laid-back, focused in, and quiet coach. Does that make it easier, make it harder for you guys to read him, or is it you guys are now gelling well with Coach Laux?
I mean, I'd say that most of us get along pretty well. It is kind of a big difference going from their personalities, but that's just who people are and it happens in day-to-day life. So,
the senior year going, a few games left here in the regular season. What's Alex Wilson's future plans after Georgetown?
I think about going to a trade school, trying to get an HVAC license, get into stuff like that.
I will remember his name because we can always use a great – I tell you what, you will become the most popular person in Georgetown wherever you go. In this senior year, what are you trying to take in the most, not just in football but in school itself as it comes to an end in June and you graduate there at the end of the year? What are you trying to take away and enjoy the most of your senior year?
Just friends and like being able to do what I want when I want. Not having to worry about the responsibility of being an adult yet.
It happens and it comes quickly, and boy, then it hits you. My kids, I think, would tell you they wish they would have listened. Don't grow up too fast. Enjoy that. If you're not on the football field, in the locker room, where do we find Alex Wilson relaxing and refueling?
Probably just in my bed most of the time, or hanging out at somebody's house. That's what we usually do.
Just relaxing and hanging with some friends.
Yes, sir.
In school in your senior year, how many classes are you having to take?
Take 3 on one day and basically 2 classes but 3 periods on the other with welding.
All right. What's your favorite class right now?
Probably welding.
Welding?
Yes, sir.
I tell you what, there's so many kids that are so talented in that. I went blank on their kid from baseball last year, built that grill, that smoker grill, had the wheels on it. It was just the what you guys are learning at this level at high school is so cool to watch. And so anything you're building for in welding, or are you guys just the instruction of it, or just the building something fun to have after the end?
So far, I've been helping Mr. Langley build his trailer, and I want to eventually get my materials in and build a smoker.
There you go. 2 popular answers right there. You're going to be a popular dude right there. Can you help me, and can we smoke on your smoker? Can we smoke some briskets? Exactly. We'll help you break it in. Jimmy would be great at that. Any shout-outs before I let Alex Wilson go?
I'd like to shout out Brian Lee Hayslip, Joseph Stripmatter. Who else? Maybe Davin, and then Grayson, my partner, for cornhole over there.
All right, go get him. Alex Wilson, your senior safety, number 25, joins us live here at Camp Briteside and the Eagle Nation Coaching Show. We'll take a quick timeout. We come back. It's trivia time for the offense and defense. We'll do battle here in just a second live from Camp Briteside. Stick with us.
Hey, Georgetown, there's a new place to eat breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and it's on the beautiful square in downtown. It's Goldberger Diner. When you walk into this 50s-style diner, you're greeted with a smile, greeted like your family. Sit at the counter, a table, or a booth and get ready for an old-fashioned dining experience like no other in Georgetown. Enjoy tasty breakfast or come later for a burger, chicken fried steak, or even the Southern classic liver and onions. There's so much to choose from. Goldberger Diner is located at 109 West 7th Street in downtown.
All right, we're back live here at Camp Briteside. The trivia time, and this is random trivia question night. So it could be 0-0 by the end of it. I literally just Googled random trivia. And so we'll wish them the best of luck here tonight, and we'll get a new topic for next week. But, of course, first we have to do it. Introduce yourselves.
Seth Warren, linebacker.
Alex Wilson, safety.
Chance Kelly, linebacker.
Jack Van O-line.
Davin Sedgwick, receiver.
Caleb McDougal, quarterback.
Told your mom, I see your family more than I do my own family. Volleyball last night. All right, Jimmy, whoever raises their hand first, Jimmy's going to be the decider. All right. What was the first state in the United States? That was easy. No one else raised their hand.
Texas.
Nope.
Virginia.
No. I want to try.
New York.
Nope. Offense, y'all get one try. No. All right. One more guess. Y'all got one, offense?
South Carolina.
Nope.
Massachusetts.
Nope. I told you maybe 0-0. It was Delaware. Okay. It will be 1-0. In a basketball game, how many players from each team are on the court at the same time?
5.
Correct, 5. I literally just went in order. Here we go. Do you have your cell phones? But you all have one. All right. Which iconic company did Steve Jobs start?
Apple.
Correct. Now 1-1. Question number 4. This is awesome. What is the largest mammal?
Blue whale.
That's right. Wow. That's impressive. Hey, don't worry about the map. At least he knew the blue. That's awesome. I was about to say be specific, but good answer. All right. Ooh, all right. Back to geography. It's 2-1 defense right now. This is question 5. It's either tie up and go to extra or the defense wins. In what city can you find the Eiffel Tower?
Paris.
That is correct. Defense wins it 3-1. So just local history, geography. So what do we want to make sure we get a topic so random trivia does not occur again. The defense gets to choose it. What's the topic? Last year, I thought y'all had said last week, college football this century. So we did NCAA football, but we went old school too.
We'll do this century.
Okay, so give me a date range you want to go from the last.
2000 to 20.
Okay, so it'll be college NCAA football from 2000 to the current. All right, we'll do that one next week. Live here at Camp Briteside. Quick timeout. We come back. It's Jimmy Warren, the president of the Booster Club, joins me to wrap it up here on the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. Stay with us.
Georgetown, there's a new dining and entertainment spot in town, Camp Briteside. Come and enjoy unbelievable food and drink menu in our rustic dining room or on the huge covered patio. Camp Briteside is not just great food and drink, but unmatched atmosphere that includes outdoor games, a wiffle ball field, and an outdoor stage. Camp Briteside is located at 8701 Rural Route 2338, also known as Williams Drive, near Ronald Reagan Boulevard. Camp Briteside is the site of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show every Wednesday at 6 p.m. For food, fun like none other in Georgetown, visit Camp Briteside and stay a while.
We're back here live at Camp Briteside to wrap up the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. Random trivia actually turned out real well.
That turned out pretty good.
Only local United States geography seemed to be the challenge there, history as well. But I got to give it credit, man. Bobby Boucher tore it up tonight. He killed it, blew
he
well.
He fell on his face first, and then he
he recovered
himself.
nicely.
He did recover nicely.
He did recover nicely. The blew well. Paris, I mean, they killed it. I was actually surprised how that was going to go because the first couple of questions I was like, man, this could be really bad.
Yeah.
It'd be really good. And so, well, defense wins again. And so NCAA football this century. So we will focus on that. We'll come up with some good ones.
Be a good one.
On next week, Wednesday night. And that's what we did not ask Coach. Coach, next Wednesday, the games got changed from Thursday to Wednesday night for freshmen and JV. Are we going to do the coaches show here, or are we going to do it back at the school on the track? Okay, so next week, Coach, we will not be at Camp Briteside. We will be back at the school, at Georgetown High School on the track, and have the coaches show there at 6 p.m. So come join us live there. Then we can continue to watch. Thursday night will be an off night because JV and freshmen will play on Wednesday night, off night on Thursday night, so you can go trick or treat with your family or friends, or like in our house, we'll be setting up Christmas stuff. And then
in October?
On Halloween night, we put our Christmas tree up every year. So it's a memory of our dads. They were big Christmas guys. And so we will go do that on 2 weeks. It's not next week. Okay, next week we'll be back here at Camp Briteside. So just ignore all that. That's right. We'll play at Glen. It's the week we play at home against Lake Belton. Okay, so next week we will be back live here at Camp Briteside for the coaches show, and then we will play on Friday against the Glen Grizzlies on the road. Is that at Gupton as well, or is that at Bible Stadium?
Bible.
So back to Bible we go next week. Jimmy joins us again, the president of the Georgetown Eagle Football Booster Club, and first and foremost, we got to get it out there. Tailgate on Friday night. It's a big one. Expect a good crowd to come out and enjoy it before such a big ball game that the fans will make the most of it being the crosstown rivalry. What do we expect Friday night? When's the show up time? Come out and be loud and have some tailgating.
So our tailgate boss, Jeremy McDougal, he's cooking pulled pork sandwiches. So if you want some, you better get there at 5 early, or it might not be anymore.
Speaking of
a lot of people.
Speaking of our tailgate master this year, where is Mr. McDougal tonight? I'm kind of disappointed here. Okay, that's good. I'll give him that then. Okay.
Yeah. And he's cooking.
Family and cooking the pulled pork, so
Yeah,
we're okay with that. All right, he gets a bye this week. So I saw him last night at volleyball, so we're good.
Yeah.
This booster club continues to go and do great things for this program. Opportunities, Kelly was talking about it, ways to support this Pennington family. Still links up on
Georgetown Football Booster Facebook page. Yep.
It's a great opportunity for this community, especially this the family of Eagle football, to surround the Penningtons right now in this tough time. And so those links are still up on the Facebook page of Georgetown Eagle football, and so the Booster Club. And so go out there and if you're able to support them, but more importantly, remember your thoughts and prayers and in such a tough time. Any latest news or updates for the Booster Club that we want to get out?
Well, we need some help. Volunteer work this week. We've had like 0 people sign up for concessions and merchandise on our Thursday games. So we need help there, and Friday merchandise sales. So we need help there. So if you can get on Booster Hub and sign up for that, that'd be great.
Or personally call Jimmy's cell phone. It's number. I'm just joking. Don't sign up with Jimmy. Go on the Booster Hub. Is it also on the website? If they.
Yes.
Best way. And so just need an opportunity for everyone to volunteer and help out and to be a part of this. Some of the best merchandise out there. I've continued to add to my collection this year as Gretchen does a great job with that. And
she's awesome.
And I heard her replacement has been named again for next year. Miss Gonzalez here, sitting here joining us tonight. And so high expectation there. Oh.
Merchandise sale. Buy 2, get 1 free.
Even better. So I will come with my debit card ready to go at the tailgate. Usually and that's an opportunity there. You can get it before the game starts. They have the humongous cart out at the tailgate before they roll it into the stadium. And so buy 2, get 1 free. A sale here is the second to last home game for this football season.
Right.
And we'll be back on November 1st to take on the Lake Belton Broncos at home in the first matchup between Georgetown and Lake Belton. But how big of a week for everybody? The expectation, I think, would be both sides of these stands are going to be full for these two teams. It's going to be a good battle between Eastview and Georgetown. But any expectations out of the dad side of you?
No, I think it's a lot of people. I mean, it's fun. I've got buddies of mine that have kids that play over there. So, we've been talking back and forth a little bit this week. Not too much trash talking, but, just talking about football and the game. And, I think both sides are ready to play. So
I think these kids have to, in their mind, see the calendar and circle it, knowing they're playing against kids they know, guys that they've grown up against and grown up with and played against and competed against, and a big opportunity for the senior class to come out and be the home team in their senior year, which we kind of didn't expect since we were home last year. But an opportunity for a big win on Friday night. But they'll have to play a good game. Eastview is going to bring in a talented team there with Ty Blair and his receiving core, and Keyston Rainey, the running back, and their defense ready to go against Georgetown. So come out and tailgate with us. 5 o'clock is when the food will start.
Right.
I'd be there pretty early towards 5 o'clock because it will go quickly. The team comes through about 5:15-ish.
5:25, 5:30.
Towards the stadium, and so it'll be an opportunity there to line the road and welcome the team as they come walking through, and so be there to support those kids and just enjoy the camaraderie there amongst the parents and fans before filling into the stadium and supporting these kiddos. But 5 p.m. there, we'll have the tailgate, so come down there and enjoy it. If you don't like pulled pork, that's Jeremy's fault. He planned it, and he's cooking it, so you can always bring a sandwich and sit down with us or whatever, and but it's about the fun and the opportunity just to hang out and with a group of fans and enjoy it. We love to try to set up early, come down and enjoy some of that hanging out before the game starts. And so come down to do that. The Booster Club meeting last night was moved to last night due to the fall break. Back Monday night next week.
Monday, 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
Anybody can come.
Into the field house. It's an opportunity. You get to hear the coaching staffs talk about the games from the prior week and see some of the highlights of it, and then an opportunity to just kind of hear the updates from the coaching staff, and then a short booster meeting and out of there. And so come out Monday night there at the field house in the large classroom where it is every week at 6 p.m. and join in with the Booster Club.
The coaches will do highlights all games. Freshman teams, JV teams,
that's right.
Varsity, all of them.
So you'll see it from all levels, and it's fun to watch. And right now, I tell you what, at this point, Coach talked about it with Kelly. This program's sitting at it's like 26-1-0 on the season. 24-0-1 on the season. And so
28-1-1 is the whole program.
So I tell you what, you can't. The program is on a great. A high level right now, especially 28-1-1 overall between all the teams, and so an opportunity there, especially at the Booster Club meetings, to hear the highlights and see the highlights from freshmen, both freshman teams, both JV teams, and then for the varsity team as well. And all the coaches represent that, talk about the players of the game, and you get to see those highlights presented there in a tight setting. So it's awesome on the TVs that's presented. So come out and join us Monday night, 6 p.m. there in the large classroom. The Eagle Nation Coaches Show is brought to you by Camp Briteside. We sure are appreciative of the location. What a beautiful night tonight with the cooler weather. As the time changes, we'll move on out to the staged area. But an opportunity to come out and celebrate and talk Eagle football with Coach Griffin and your players that we select each week, Xavier Warren and Alex Wilson. A couple of visitors tonight. Next week, can't tell you who they are. I kind of already know, but we're getting ready. Some of you see some of these players that are stepping up, having huge seasons for Georgetown, and so we're going to continue to ramp that up as we come back each week. So next week we'll be live back here at 6 o'clock. Friday night, Berkelback Field, 7 p.m. Come join us at the tailgate at 5 o'clock. Join into the stadium and enjoy a great football game on Friday night between your Georgetown Eagles and the Eastview Patriots. If you can't be there, we'll be live on the YouTube stream for SHN Network at 6:15 live for the pregame, 7 o'clock for the kickoff. Thanks for joining us live here tonight at Camp Briteside. Remember, it doesn't cost you a dime to be kind, and remember the Pennington family in your thoughts and your prayers this week, especially at the loss of Jason Pennington. Our hearts go out to you, to the Pennington family, and remember, you're never alone. I love that Kelly said that. These players have so many options, people to go talk to for support in such a tough time. They're facing something that a lot of kids never have to face. Right. And so we wish the Penningtons the best. What a tough situation. I don't I can't even imagine what they're going through at this point. So, to all the students and all the athletes, don't handle this on your own. If you need help, ask for help. Coach Griffin and the staff will be there. And so, take advantage of everything you need at this tough time. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back live Friday night for Eagle football on the SHN Sports Network. Have a good one.
You too, Wally. Thank you.